Hey, what's up? I just want to say, support the Crackbeat Society every way. I love what you guys are doing with your album and shit, and I look forward to meeting you in person. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
I seen you before, I said. He said to me, he's got a light, right, say, mate. I shall call your mother. Or I'll tell her about 18 times how much I've got on rhymes. She ain't troubling me, but scorn no one to see. Oh yes, been about 4,000 years before I've been there. So I said, hey mate, why don't you go low up, mate? He said, hey. Ain't about 80 times later, I said, oh, you squeeze my lemon, mate. I said, starts fucking raining, right? I said, the lots of my cake I say, hey. I said, I put up my umbrella, and fuck paddle around in my canoe. Oh, nothing to do. Also, mate, hey, guys, come on, alright. Aye, are you some kind of waiter, call? I said, right, who else should come over here and I'll fucking snug you your kiss up. Right, he says to me, what, you getting fresh? I said, I'll give you fresh, fuck this to Captain White. And the rest of them, I don't fucking care. Also, something like I had Porto Lattes, mate, and all of a sudden, we end up in fucking Birmingham. And in Birmingham, if I tell you, what's come on my latte, right? I say, mate, my love, fuck up. So sometimes, when I go Gasface, and it's a get like a shoe shine. I said, but it's like I'm taking the tubes all the way fucking down to fucking Black Trouble Market, it's on rock on cherries, like fucking cherry fucking fuck. But sometimes
Crackbeat with the pack. Crackbeat with the pack.
Easy, easy, easy on the ride. Watch the ride. Good bow, bow, bow. I'm the selector. Up inside the place, I select and play records if the vinyls tell my taste. On the ones and twos with the ups and downs, cutting up the tunes and the rhythms of the rubbered up sounds. Inside the mix, they rinse out, flexing with the captain and the crackbeat. Pull out, pull out, pull out. Absolutely wicked. With whistle crew. All the massive. Come down. Rewind. We love me hip-hop, me trip-hop, me jazz and me tang. But most of all, me love me jungling.
Crack.
Oh gosh.
Crack.
Good bow, bow, bow. Easy.
Thank you, Captain Y. What's up, Clock? You telling me it's time to rhyme and I'm to rock like mountain climbing? Private sessions, they procrastinating with perfect time and intimidating at first to burst verses in front of rhyming's elite, no longer scared at having shared the sweet love of beats and impaired by knock you off your seat breaks. The battle between the lean and the PHE takes all the time it might be, all the more likely when the kids like me eat pork rinds nightly and very fat dairy butter under my breath. I mutter it never mattered as we scattered our contents, depositing our assets in closets to open up some fat safety deposits. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the whole Crackbeat crew got soul. That's right, dude, we're coming up aces and turning up in some very, very, very strange places. Face up, face it, why don't you face the facts? Face to face is dangerous to displace the door. Red and Crackbeat, track laying, head swinging. More tracks are laid down as the blade swung around with the Crackbeat as touchdown. Hidden with the Officer Obadiah, guess I greeted the throngs from TV crews who had heard the advance news that we were coming with beats out of our cracks and just chumming around and acting and performing feats to put us on the map. Rap's most innovative fleet of positive, engineered, original, Mad Mike masseuses who never get in your face and just get your juices flowing.
I'm so crazy I tell myself to shut up. Now the preamble's over, it's time to begin. I came to lose but somehow I still win. I'm in a crackbeat mood, society attitude, stripped of pretension, I kick it in the nude. You're sad now but don't brood, sucker ponder, I wander, I wander, a goose or a gander, dispensing truth cause I like to philander, a panther, a goat, a gravy filled moat. I rise to the top in my fried chicken boat. I wrote this from the day they shot Christ, but not nicely, alright. You see they put him on ice to be resurrected on my 28th birthday, cause maybe this time Jesus will come back gay and we can be a couple, move to New York, rent a one-bedroom and dine on pork, and then we... Oh, I have to tie my shoes, I apologize for the delay. That's my bad. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that's better. I feel more together like a Teflon sweater. I'm tougher than leather. Crackbeat's the crew. We started the flute. We beat all the animals living in the zoo. Who knew the strength of our voodoo? Et voulez-vous un rendezvous? Coucher avec, do you little fool? If one of them's on the goal, just tell me which MC is bringing de la soul.
Now our Kim said it ain't where you're from, it's where you at. I disagree, it's where you going. Developing new styles, potential flowing that's breaking conventional standards of showing by telling. In between your standard couplet, inject another sentence just to fuck with it. Smelling out by instinct, new past distinct, fresh and untrodden off the road less traveled by. To ground that has no mark. Show starts at 8:30, standard hip hop time equals 10 o'clock. However, on the dot, when I'm motivated on the spot, I do a couple of things fresh. Living for the now in those moments, body, speech, and mind mesh. It's an instant, indescribable sex on EO, listening sessions on close to being rival. Many times I was born from Crackbeat, showing my love back is only fact, not feet. They're just a crew of kids I love, cherish, respect, and honor. Dejecting drama so we can always truly focus on becoming stronger. Whenever you expect it, so I don't reject it. Respect it for what it is and shall always be. Kids with lots of love and styles forever free.
C is for the Crackbeat musical journeyman, rocking the mic till crowds wheeled out on a gurney, then spinning wax in Halifax like a hamster on a wheel. Your little crew is slipping up on the couch banana peel. Your next meal will be burritos cause you're a taco head, saving souls, blowing mind, resurrecting the dead. We do prefer cracked wheat, although we're all white bread with colonial names like Matt, Peter, and Ed. And we don't need TV chairs like the dancing of Fred. And finally, our mission statement will be read. Listen closer to the album, cause you need some special ed.
From amazing basement beatbox escapades to late night raids and variety musical serenades, we've kept it pretty much the same as far as sentimental spirit while on the brink of insane. The best things in life come with no plan and unexpected. There's no chance for the heart to cripple with panic when rejected. Crackbeat didn't arise elected or perfected. Just connected before, during, and after our births were resurrected. We just formed through destiny's fine work of glorious fate. And right here we celebrate the mystery most pondered but could never debate. And I'll reinstate we're much more than what most can see and hear. Understand this recreational atmosphere is much more than what we can make clear. Through beat, rhyme, and beer we steer away from competition literally. Honestly, we're quite peaceful, really. Let me introduce this new wave of pure hip-hop hippies. Bitter warriors of truth, but still positive and silly. Kinda trapped in a world that's turned cold and somewhat chilly. And the frost tickles my back, but the shivers can't compare. That I receive from my friends whose outlooks are so rare. We stare beyond such battles one might choose to ignite and spray. But the only militants I can ever display is that you only wish you had the pals that we got, and that's all I'll say.
Private Stock! You've been assassin! And Constable Smith! Ordinary Seaman! The Admiral! Ice Bay! I wanna give shout to Field Agent Lorax, want to give shouts to Commander Hobbs. What? Sergeant Sham. Sergeant Sham. Lieutenant Finnegan, baby. Finnegan! The party!
We're going. That's right, we going now. You know, you heard it first here. Here to burst in your ear.
Christmas crackers, y'all.
Christmas Crackers, Christmas album from Crackbeat, yeah. Come with executive producer Puff Daddy.
As fun as a crack in your ass.
Oh yeah, as good as a crack in an egg. Just recently, as early as yesterday, I fell out of arrest state in the best state I've been in, like linen. In and out and stitched out across the crossfader. To the mic made of stone, turning pretend men into Medusa-type clones and lone sharks. First sparks are flying. As the creative process is dying, it's being discouraged and verging off in one direction. So wrong when it's so strong, I have to hold on to my erection. I keep trying to remember that even fire can rise from a dying ember. It's like hip-hop is a fly trapped in amber sap. I was handed a map by this chap who landed on our shores, and who pours out his story of horror, of how he turned his back to the motherland, who spurned him and earned him his heartache, and burned and etched his lecherous ways into his conscious space. And many days spent basking in 31 flavors that all tasted like aspirin, and they tasted the same, and his livelihood came pre-wrapped. His name would bring the beat back. I thought it so strange, so I introduced myself as loose as cannon. The long range, long as shit don't change. I stand and strike a target like one deer falling in the forest. Only the sound you can hear is fear, and that the shorest way to bring the choruses to appear like nothing matters except what's approaching. Mainstream hip-hop is ensnared by bare poaching and encroaching on plagiary, and any jury would convict, and finally justice could seem to be clean and fair, and an edict could be drawn up in hard stairs that shows could be banned. Remakes of old songs on soundtracks that distract those with no tact and lack new direction could be put into surgery and given a vivisection, cause I haven't got the stomach for it, and once I've sorted the surgeons from the suckers all reported. Like most who write for the source, don't stay close to it. I use the force and say so, but I get into it. So screw it, hip-hop, you blew it out of the fresh water. Your listeners are like lambs that you lead into the mic slaughter. That will come when some like me will rise up and strike the dumb down. Every day it's more likely as I come down to the river, take my bath, and after I deliver myself over to the cross-down traffic. With maximum tension like a stretched elastic, I'm just here stretching plastic, and up chuck the Bobby Buck and giving the way things are going. I'll be halfway up shit creek with the boat full of the meat growing and getting weaker, stowing away. Full of the meat growing, getting weaker, stowing away. With the beaker of the best intentions that money can buy. Mention this to me and see this grown man cry, 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 cry. Right now we got to raise the caseload for Crackbeat and taste it both good. For those whose woodies get rock hard, and we can pop that erection like muscles ripping on a bodyguard in a cross section of crosshairs, hitting the bullseye in a dry spell. There's not a dry eye, so do tell why that you think you can excel using your brain cells. When everybody knows a rose by any other name just doesn't sell as well, but fuck that. It's all about fun and freestyling, all for one, coming together, porn styling, crazy smiling. Getting smoked out, get your dope out, and drop a beat while it's rolling. Let's all go camping, playing and laying about, catching trout with no bait. So put your butt out and make like a Catholic and pull out all the stop selling tapes at a shops. A second to get in props for doing shows that rocked and brought out some new listeners for every new addition. To those who take the time to hear a rhyme or two, It's you who make the few become the many, and anything to bring plenty of good shouldn't be misunderstood. Rap stands for rhythm and poetry, not rhyming about pussy. So if you're scared to listen, open up your ears and hear what you've been missing. It's a form of writing, passed down from the beat poets and Charlie Parker playing trumpet. It's not tea and crumpet backgrounds and down and talk all you like. It's tune in or fuck off. It's pucker up your lips or have to cut your nuts off. Now pay attention, we just want to talk to you, show you a good time, take you out for a date and have you back at 9:30. But if you're fine, perhaps a little wine so we can lapse into a flat line. Taking some of the finest hip-hop home with me and slept with it. I've had sex with it mentally. I felt eventually if it was meant to be something special, then I'd see the signs to show me. When Kunga started writing, I know he didn't think it'd come to this. All us crack beaters wearing our white beaters and dropping heaters at Peter's house. You know the dukers left down from a line of barbucas or locked into the dynos, strapped in and likely high, cruising the streets with beats and just passing by. And then you heard Irvin singing Suburban Boys to Men, and water runs dry, except in the eyes of the honeys who came to gather round and renown around our parts was Francis. You know Francis, the drug dealing, pinching and stealing from us when he could, and offering intricate deals that no doubt were no good, even though he said so, cause it was the, what was it? It was the Primo. Why did he treat us like bugs? I think he knew we were scared little kids who just wanted some drugs. But we've all grown older, I've had truth cry on my shoulder at its lowest. I try to learn strictly from the lotus. I've seen Milos grow and start to show his ability. We've all done trips and seen the world, yeah I know, and learn to speak like laymen. We'll all grow old and still look good like gay men. Amen to the powers that be for creating Crackbeat, to bring forth a new course of music, and you'll love it if you're ready. Yeah, what I say you'll love it if you're ready. And you'll love it if you're ready. You'll love it if you're ready.
Yeah, see, you know, I'm really into the Crackbeat Society, and
Evil in the town.
Walking through section sales kiosks, I realize there's fear and loathing when it comes to clothing. Johnny got fresh jive, Marley got porn star. Fred paid $200 for Nikes and throwed his $50 one stars. But what Fred never read was who stitched his laces, flattened his soles, and poked eye holes. It was a nameless, faceless mother, sweating beside her East Asian sweatshop brother, making pennies a day so you can say, hey, beat my fly kicks. Cost me 4 Benjamins, my self-respect, and food for my 6 illegit kids. What's a label if it ain't worth shit? I ask you because the money just flows. The high-price hoes, corporate gigolos, nameplate private jet CEOs. No thanks, big banks. I'll keep my money local. Send your faxes when you pay your taxes.
It's true, you should listen to what he said, yeah.
I'm about to reference a common vocal sentence, so clear your ears and implanted fears. Delete what you were told by the microchip elite. I sing sweet, stay away from red meat, and in the summertime I sweat in the heat. Cause I'm ordinary, level 1, a basic necessity, where the ears of bankers is a fashion accessory. You can find me where friends come to blend. When we kick the beat with phlegm, there's no hypocrisy in our hierarchy. It's rules to be played by, names we use to get high. All hands on the deck for my ordinary assault. A ship full of seamen, I'm just teaming, with lyrics to scrub the deck with. It's up to the good, the basic, the good, the essential, the ordinary seaman.
It's been a long time, many moons since the past days where our activities began to become castaways. My mass stays steady, ready for any and all approaches. Perverted MCs, discursive verses are encroaches necessarily. We stray warily, shadows in the dark, hawk from your Harris as she strips for a lark. I started in the poetry, seriously in grade 9. Switched the label to rhymes. Now bitch teachers thought I was wasting my time rhyming and kunga to a nine, exchanging lines when I couldn't exercise my mind for the freely. Scared someone might see me and start to see myself alienated from my own wealth. Stains on my health started to appear in the clear, not in the easy. Start to feel queasy. Methods to appease the dues deity, chameleon like in my presence. Reptilian lights freeze my essence to a second. Say what you should, I'm here to help the art. I did my part, but where did I start from the get-go? All my actions on one day seem to be an echo on the other. Tried to let go, but it doesn't happen quickly. It doesn't happen quickly.
Robinson surrounded by thieves, a dream of keys and twos and threes, rocking baggy leaves and bloodstained knees, big city sleeves, different mess makes me sneeze, foes grow from Swiss cheese, minds are doomed to bleed from green leaves on God's trees. You got ones, I got needs, of evil streets type greed, kids get left in the cold like forearms with short sleeves, devastating like the wrath of Satan, microphone of bosses underground like fossils, cats doing drugs, up then also infect the masses, poison gases, breaking Gordon flashes, Adidas fashions, cover broken hearts with crimson sashes. In my device and pay the price. I float like melted ice. MCs are shy, shoot their feet up Red Sox like Jim Rice. The pie graph shows a smash a paragraph into ions. Neglect the aftermath and let our afterthoughts see bygones. This is war like Saigon. Wink my snake eyes like roll dice. Strategically precise when I drink the tears of Jesus Christ and San Sebastian. Mad ninja assassin couldn't murder me and stop my slang surgery. Was retired like birds, 33. Even deaf people heard of me. Spilling the next stallion's burgundy. Rap perjury is out the door like kleptopath burglary. Styles minimal like wages. Trapped in cages. Actors on stage in other phases. Memorize my shit like Bible pages. Lost the mazes with no X. Coming up like cane raises. My inferno blazes when I inhale. Poison purple hazes. My double-edged sword grazes. Maxing out your visa. Rhyming breaches shit. Who you think painted the Mona Lisa? Fuck me.
See me, I'm at a fast pace. And don't forget about the rose in the glass case. And don't you ever sell out and lose your last grace, or you'll be subject to the mustard gas face. Move while you still see me, I'm at a fast pace. And don't forget about the rose in the glass case. And don't you ever sell out and lose your last grace, or you'll be subject to the mustard gas face. Credit cards to legitimize loan sharking. Bomb the goddamn banks and make sure they're vacant first, cause neither the action nor the expression is worth its weight in flesh. Let's crawl through the mud and chant, yes, yes, y'all, then about face march. Now the race starts in earnest, and we all are thrilled and scandalized when I burn this $20 bill and vandalize the red, white, red with a leaf. I'm a scant 4 steps of 10 away from becoming a flag burner. Now I can read everybody's mind, including yours, and it's a real page turner. Your plots were threw me off like I was riding a bull, but I guess that's what I deserve for being so dyed in the wool. There's no moral message in Oxford, Webster's and Foley's, and how can you expect to understand when you're so holier than thou? Cause what is truth? This truth unchanging law, we both have truth. Are mine the same as yours? You let your mother cut your hair and let your father dress you, and skip the shower cause you couldn't stand the water pressure. Listen to Yoda unless you're whack, and read gold unless you're back. The eternal golden raid before you start to turn old and fade. But don't you bother to plan ahead for when you're venerated, cause old soldiers don't die, we get incinerated. Man, all that scratching is making me itch. A new compound called glucose makes forgettiness and sugar highs I consider carefully then to pick, and you can all watch as the book of flies if need should arise. I can use shrapnel to perform a cesarean. I'm listed as ensign toast, but today you call me a Syrian. As I look at you all, I see the long faces. You get upset because the snares are in the wrong places. Beats by Captain Y make others seem commonplace, blurring the lines between hip-hop and drum and bass. Categories don't matter though, they're only marketing strategies. If I allowed the title to guide my taste, a veritable tragedy is what that'd be. I'd be a basket case, and so terrorists get the mustard gas face. I've got a radio in my head, but it's okay, computer. Mama, Dad, it's time to get your kids spayed and neutered. Control the population without cutting down on copulation. It's a method born of desperation, desolation, and discombobulation. A simple operation on every third infant born here and after should effectively make the human start disappearing faster. Cheers and laughter will ring out when we draw the first billion. We'll be a tighter community versus civilians. There'll be an Hollywood show with billions of celebration. I don't know if that's ironic or not. Yes, no, false, malic lips, a prophet, not a tune. Move while you still see me, I'm at a fast pace. And don't forget about the rose in the glass case. And don't you ever sell out and lose your last grace, or you'll be subject to the mustard gas face. Face, gas, mustard, the two subject be. You'll or grace last, you'll lose an outsell ever you don't. Case glass, the inroads you about forget, don't, and face fast to act on me, see still you wild move.
Yo, what's up? Yo, before we get into this next track, track all about blunts. I smoke blunts on a daily basis.
Hella facts.
Okay.
Yo. Facts. Yo.
What's happening? Straight from the house, hell, sitting here on the carpet. New Scotland, Nova Scotia, motherfucker.
I spy. Okay.
Who's this at? I Spy.
We're real.
The truth, baby.
Special agent.
Yo, who's in a camp? Got something to say. Hold on. On duty. I Spy. Sergeant Sham.
Sergeant Sham.
General Love. G-Love. Cluck, you did. Pops like corn.
Wait a second.
Pop, you did.
Private Star.
Teeth out, show up this fucking air.
Crackbeat.
Why not? Admire the Admiral. Yeah!
Be with the Admiral. Interfering soon.
Cuban assassin. Straight out of instant jokes.
Land. Gunshot.
Just the side I was.
Dollars and cents are fucked up issues. I don't need to be financially successful. If I can survive by music, I'ma survive by music. I'm trying to raise myself spiritually rich with proper emotions and a healthy body. Food, clothing, and shelter are essential, but not to the extent where it becomes detrimental. Forget the wallet and the chains, remember the power of the brain. The mind can accomplish whatever it desires. Bugged out on acid, I try to levitate bosses sober with mental pliers. Grasping for impossible transcendental ability, I've rid myself almost of greedy futility. There's always something else one needs to have, but when you do the math, you face capitalism's wrath. Why is Clinton in China need a reminder? A bigger enemy to capital is there but communal? Yet before you blow the tribunal in approval, the second Holocaust is in effect with no reproval. I get angrier than all, but realize aggression is a fall, so I start to use the 6 pounds I was born with. While industry, schools, and governments can attempt to manipulate it, they really can't touch it. My mind is my own, therefore only I can be the eye to see through. Profit margins grew while standard of living flew high and low, with the gap in between becoming wider. Apples being plucked too early to make alcoholic cider that tastes sour. Masses may devour, getting drunk off their own confirmed self-existent hour. They see themselves and then others, even lovers are considered separate. Crackbeat's meeting of the minds breaks these double bonds of self-importance. Silver Stripe and Trucifer have begun the reporting. Broadcast live from areas of intelligence in attempts to stay alive and survive.
Please understand and realize the non-functions of society. The only thing that works are the sheep below the hierarchy, which purposely exists under the basis of economy. Is this what was meant when we set up for democracy? Conspiracy. Each city's a breeding ground for the rich to prosper, and to influence the dollar, we must apparently squander. That's why I holler at the system that gives corporations the abusive power to grow oversized and rise up like a sunflower. And I once played the role of a positive social advocate, but my battle face is on like a Montague or calculate. Can't stand that profit margins dehumanize us completely, and secretly kept from us by executive discreetly. It's influenced every one of us and stripped us of our culture, as capital gains are stolen by a heartless vulture, who's got plans to mold us into their own scam sculpture. Undercover in your leather chair, you sit so content. Conservative right-winger, you label me as deviant, which is why I repent and vent strong opposition with revolutionary assent upon your monopolizing presence, hopefully becoming past tense. But this presence controls much more of what you think, owning everything from mass media brainwashing techniques to your own kitchen sink. Meanwhile, the world's on the brink of extinct, but all most are concerned with is looking pretty in pink. But I'm no different, call me a hypocrite if you like, a pro-socialist humanist who owns 2 pairs of Nikes. But at least I teach right and preach forever on the mic, the hypocrisy of capitalism, which I hope to spike. And so I ask you, will these weapons of mass destruction continue to generate such influence on the planet, or do we each have the spiritual understanding which to withstand it? Has the world's destiny been created by an elite world order, or does that hold significance? When we're crushed by nature's boulder, it's become a series of possibilities only few have chosen to realize. While the narrow minds of majority are locked in unconscious disguise, some other guys are riding the pale horse from behind, but it's the corporate enterprise which will frontline our demise. The capitalists and the catalysts breeding exploitation and oppression. They hunger for greed while others suffer in depression. Lessons should be taught and not bought, that's my suggestion. Can't wait for the day when bigwigs start confessing that their ways need rearranging. Inequalities are raging daily. The qualities of social welfare are surely failing. Due to budget strikes, pension hikes, and inhumane decision psychs, new global community will circulate holistic like children on bikes, hopefully. Scoping to each and own's divinity, becoming spiritually aware till infinity. I won't conform to your devilish ability, cause it's a time of radical urgency for many. You got work to do, there's plenty.
I turned 22 last week, and this life of mine can't be seen as a joke. Fuck a job, I'd rather search the world around, staying broke. It's high-risk situations, I could say I missed you, but I'd be lying. I could say I kissed you, but that wouldn't be very true either. Fucking connive strategic. No, hold up a minute, one of the reasons I rhyme is to work out problems and general events that go on in my time. It's expected, neglected, and perfected. This world that surrounds me is suspected. Holy apocalyptic newspapers give me pseudo-specifics, so outlook of myself stay problematically lifted. Looking frightfully towards a future that we may never live. Most dunkhead idiots walk around on neural sedatives, unless it is that which it appears. Bust the drums out your ears, cut the eyelids off, and observe true suffering for years. Clone War should alleviate any worries you have about leaving a mark. 17 regenerated cells have to strip off all the layers until you stark naked. I made it till 2099. Crackbeat rhymes for fucked up times.
Fuck dollars and sense. They're just a tool to start dividing. Conquer all the minds, start the lending and providing. Can't think for yourself, you oughta help and out of profit. Silver Stripe and Trucifer, the mission is to stop it.
Fuck dollars and cents, they're just a tool to start dividing. Conquer all the minds, start the lending and providing. Can't think for yourself, you oughta help and out of profit. Silver Stripe and Trucifer, the mission is to stop it. Fuck dollars and cents, they're just a tool to start dividing. Conquer all the minds, start the lending and providing. Can't think for yourself, you oughta help and out of profit. Silver Stripe and Trucifer, the mission is to stop it.
How do you see things? Do you invert items non-vertical? Horizontal at a parallel? Revolution may come from the barrel well of a shotgun or a barrel of dirt. My words aren't intended for hurt. Matter of fact, I really can't explain words on the terms they may not exist. A metaphysical risk. To ask if they really matter could be seen as a diss. For what do you wish? A silicone-breasted kiss? Or mother's milk? Genetically cloned fish or a dish of all natural? Facts you will not ponder till possibly presented, yet this assumption of low-level intelligence is often resented. Troop of a brigade leader of heaven sent kid. Christian name of Noah, searching for cures to infected protozoa, constricting connectings like boa. Don't forget, doors get locked with a bad attitude. Some people claim sacred grounds based on longitude and latitude. Matt and some dude know that dude's me. Crackbeat society, history's always being made, whether or not it's noticed is in the hands of those paid. I can't destroy capitalism without a loss. Who's the boss? Indicates Kate Moss for its new season revival. Thinking about bugged out shit allows one to endure commercialism survival. Talk job will get you somewhere, maybe out of here, but still constrained by what you fear. Can't really boggle like the board game, frustrated as hell, kicking hinges off the door frames. While the poor get aimed for an early end, I try to focus on my worldly friends and lovers. Still waiting for the day when there's no rubbers, dreaming about honeys and hip buggers. The Cracker.
It's like that, y'all.
It's like this, y'all. Epiticos.
Epiticos, man.
Señor los plados, seniors floors, peres, pleres, señor los testas. Epiticos, vos ves, eso los niñas raras, señor los signos plenos, y los vacan tostadas, señor los signos finos, y los raras, signos claros, y los tesis coros, y los testas cos.
Chino, bono, battles, bono, pino, bono, battles, bono, tiros, coros, giros, coros, biclacos,
estos buenos, quiero, con oferimos, dos
Explos, señores, mantigas y los plenos, señor ropa que se os ples y los planos, señores, utiles y sus planas, señor rocinos ples, escos, señor repes,
Chico, que quieres, después todos desde miro, pero ves, Folominos, cope, perro, coperos, quiros, coros, que flash,
señoros, estos planas, señores, rolos, señores, planas, señoros, planas, señor, rompe cantando un desdos, los planas, señores, los gastos, señores,
dos, tres, folominos, tres, ores, miro, veros, caminos, te quiero, contesto, costa, tiro, dos.
Y los sontes y los rolos, señores, planas, esos planas, y ropas nostras, señores, planas, corrapes, siempre costras, planas, señores, solos, planas, señores, planas, que perecurvas, distos, planas, sin sos.
Si sos, mino, piros, tipiros, quescos, discos, queses, fresh, before fest, eso, mino, cocos, pero boca, que.
Señores, rolos, señores, ralas, señores, prolos, señores, blelas, señores, rolos, señores, pros, que lo lope, tocos, taros, foros, pluros, musclacios, olores, señores, prolos, señores, dinas, quironas, opes, que te estás,
Fis,
codos,
cos,
cocinzas,
si sos,
rodotas, idos, señoros, das, esposos, ras,
cos, que se fres,
y los dinos, los caros, señores, fres,
minos,
señores, prados,
fijos,
dinos, tenos, estas, tenos, pros, señores, pros,
chicos, prefres,
señor, los teros,
ciros, ciros,
eroses, his, coscos, linos, señales, sus pros, señores, roboticos,
Crackbeat for us,
Epiticos.
Element of men evolving, affecting into G's, cause I H-A-T-E. I touch a nerve, throwing a curveball, cake and spit. Spinning out of control, beginning to split myself from thoughts of I. But I've been buying bags full of back to earth, back to basic tracks. The heartbeat is basic, the music you must face it and taste the toppings, the fecal droppings and the defecation, the shit. Dirty, smelly shit. Hip-hop's been decimated, it's been estimated through stats predicated exactly on who and what becomes famous. It's always the lowest common denominator that is catered for. Black blues musicians are paid poorly. Old rock and roll claims soul music was more the work of glory. Guns and Roses like Slash, types of white trash. I mean everyone contributes, but most do the job half-ass. It's half-passing, time to knock off at last. Putting in the time, we'll try to smash rappers wearing fake plastic glasses and mustaches. These days everybody wears masks, and everybody's dick riding and hiding undercover in exile. Intelligent interviews with intellectuals in profile. On Sky 17 with Kent Brockman. The revolution is televised, but I'm busy listening to my Walkman. Grabbing my cock, man, cause guys, we've all become wise. The high school averted eyes, and sometime paranoia. Uncontrolled marijuana use and abuse over all the stall tactic. Uncomfortable silence and violence from Yo-Yo Ma. Yo, Big Papa. On the 80s cut, we baby got back. The big butt, video slutting trees with bended knees. It's all about the money making, honey smoke bacon, the taking care of business. This rhyme is complete nonsense, and since the sponsors have all signed up for correspondence courses in the fall, we'll roast them all in a pig spit, even the big shits. Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
Time's been slowly lurching forward. My mind's been preoccupied with searching more words for definitive intensive purposes. Gentle strokes, soothing nurses. Or can I get out from fantasies enchanting the indulgent parts of my substructured conscious? Self-revealing love for stripes concepts. CS, Mayday on payday. Real patriots hit when day trips transform perpetual sessions of beatboxes, hugs, loves, rubs, rhymes, and dubs. Enjoyably dedicated, maritime weed medicated evening events full of deceivingly unkempt individuals. Those with an aquatrack strength of freestyle shows that go on suddenly and go off for half-hour time lapses. Rhyme passages that were once simply stream of consciousness burst through the oral dam into a lake full of polluted raunchiness. Staunchy fat cat politicians with piles of shiny promotional stickers push those who know beneath where I kinda wanna stay. If you know who and what Crackbeat consists of and does, you probably have a lot less to say. Not to push the envelope, of course, but coarse, cocky crap rappers have made me use force only to make my voice heard. But when a herd of buffoons comes parading into a concert, who's gonna hear my soul words? My knowledgeable little diatribes get lost for some kid who's got quote-unquote a hot street vibe. More of what the molar crushing, opposite polar clutching mainstream wants to consume. My taunts will resume on a further Crackbeat episode, always down the road. Grab a hold for bold and don't look to try to copy some bullshit non-existent formulaic code, for you won't find it. It's not hidden in lines, it's not plain to see. It just is what it is and exists now for now, till rewind and play allows to show how, again and again, and I send love's pieces and misses True T.
Ready to rocket overseas and into foreign lands.
Orange and peach and mango and the herb. Orange and peach and mango. 24 karat gold fruits, baby. Yeah. Fueled by thoughts, pen drops to the paper. Recount the minutes of a fuck cheaper caper. G, the K, and stripe all speaking. Taylor sense of Mila seeking. Pop beacon, strange reeking. Smell of a weekend security mission. Lots of money glisten, have me listen to my two family brothers. Found ourselves among two with 85 others. Defending rockers with security smothers. Not possible with 40,000 drunken hicks. Not even with turbocharged electrified sticks or Godzilla-sized flame-throwing bigs. Merlin quality tricks. None of them suitable countermeasures for us to stop fat bikers, drunken endeavors. Let's see, day one, it was filled with sun. 14 hours after 6 was when I was done. No breaks, no fun, parking cars for the VIP. Most of the time it was population me. The isolation, I'm balancing my stability and my sanity. Day 2, I woke up, lit a smoke up, hick juice, I choked up. Me and Boomsy reporting for duty. No idea what we're doing, just guess we'll wait and see. 9 o'clock, we took stock of Fritz's instructions. Defend the fence or deal with repercussions. Sat ourselves down, nobody around. By 1, we still hadn't heard a single sound. By 2, we knew there was nothing to do but cook in this useless stew and feel blue. So I left her for a perimeter check. Going on a rumor, little Hickman's causing wreck. 20 minutes later, I returned to the spot, shocked to see the difference that my absence had brought. Commander Hoff, surrounded by the bench of Ronto, stepped up, handed spliffs pronto. After complete segregation, the two of us now getting lifted with members of the Rock Nation. Guitarist, the occupation, then T.O. had to go.
but not before they let us know that in 85 they had the best flow. Now opening at washed up rock shows. So now you can front on me and I can front on you, but I'd have picked a better band if the story wasn't true, Peach.
You see, there was this one day along the path of my varied existence when I found myself within walls and I carried with me the persistence of concrete and gold in my head, longing for assistance to drain poison liquid from it and create smoke like a car's pistons. My surfer pal and I set out on our mission/adventure or whatever, in hopes that we could track down some gun, as they say. We were puffing it all together, with our friends, that is. We were not willing to abort, but patience wears thin when you depend on the end of a limb for transport. Sort of confused yet enthused of what lied ahead in our destiny, we finally hit the road. So far, karma's not a pestle. The waiting part paid off to the decline of our fury. Once an intact dividing line, the yellow line became blurry. In a bleeding hurry, we reached the walled civilization. The ancient city of Acro littered with traps of pluralism and claustrophobic population, quite common to most sites on the earth, and it's a sin when Americanized commercialization comes in, and once mysticism turns hazardous, it can only be seen partly like a shark's fin. But we felt the hidden bite of history's great wrath. We continued in search of an alternate path, fast at last, back on track, attacking onward as of now, happily finding our way like scriptures read in the Tao. Proudly entered this mosque, heart pounded, bell sounded, soon lost downstairs, undergrounded, dumbfounded, tunnel plus subtle in our movements. Not a clue of where we reside. Inside, we assume it's okay for us to explore these barriers of the unknown. The light at the end allowed for shadows to clone upon stone. There's a ladder leading up to where the sunshine was beaming as we climbed. We'd anticipated an entertaining meeting. Indeed, that's exactly what we're seeing. A man at the stand selling orange juice he's squeezing. Kind of an independent Dickie being, if you will, and that's how I'll describe it. We wanted some vitamin C, some vitamin weed, and see if he'll prescribe it. Once he saw us, he seemed delighted. We felt invited in his presence. He chuckled to himself. We looked like Ninja Turtle sewer tenants. I get you anything you want, so long as you run my business. Sell orange juice to idiots. I'll find you cannabis and fish sticks. When I finish this kibbutz he puts this friend in great danger. So follow his bite, but please act like a stranger. So we did just that. Followed his pal into an alley. Reached into our pockets to see how many shekels we could rally. Tallied up our funds, definitely a little scary, since drug deals weren't shrugged off by Israeli military. Within 31 odd seconds, the guy was gone, sketchy as fuck. But little did we know, me and Nino got played like a hockey puck. Because much later on, when we opened it, just to smoke a little dope, what we had here was a cross between green cardboard and soap. No fucking joke.
Yo, dude, I've been in this beautiful land for only 7 days, and the type of peace and retro perspective I've experienced is something I can only try and relate to you. True, it's true. Suffer in a journey cycle with my privileged partner, starting to create memories upon a textual canvas, trying to understand this, or just visualize. 1 week after my arrival in Cape Town, South Africa, I saw the lies uncovered, yet mainly just to my face, conscience druthers, unchanging conditions, underclass warriors struggling within a system of apartheid. Died, cried, lied, sighed. Eye-opening for a middle-class kid who never saw such suffering. Walls of a theoretical palace buffering walls of a township concentration camp with 2 ways out muffling. Cries in an oppressive regimen guaranteed to be better men and lesser. With such a perverse political history, I found it hard to avoid pressure. But anyway, let me get back to my story. We had a welcoming party held in our honor, Duke and I, of course, at Jim's house. But we started in Gugalatu, a township Pete's dad works in. It was impossible to relate to. We saw a sheep go from breathing to bleeding in a matter of seconds, all for the sake of personal blessings. We met Mandalake, who brought us to his hostel. I thought hostile, but that only reflected on me. We spoke for a few and then departed, see. It was time to get the bride started. People were already on their way back to Rondebosch, warm-hearted on the idea of cooking and eating a sheep. Me and Pete felt creeps and proceeded to get hella drunk. Then that familiar craving came. We loosely inquired about our chances of getting some daha. Early in the week, a Rasta had given us our best chance, but at my next glance, we were off in Bradley's van to Mitchell's plane, screaming about coming back with arms of weed, temporarily insane. We picked up a colored dude and a Rasta, hoping they were imposter herb smugglers. One had a machete that frightened me and still excited the possibility of chronic acquisition. We stated our position, made an exchange, and we're off. Limbs intact, rolling splits instantly, smoked until we coughed. These are all true stories, all around the world. Orange, peach, and mango, and the saga has unfurled. Mwah. The cracker.
Orange, peach, and mango. What's that again? What? Orange, peach, and mango. It's for me tonight.
Me? My name's the Count. Count Kleckenstein.
Hello, Count. What do you like?
Let's see. I like hockey sticks and tetherball and hot dogs.
Interesting. What else do you like, Mr. Count?
Well, I like breasts mostly. Mostly I like breasts. From the day I was conceived, I have believed in your soothing touch. Though not much more than a gland, with you I've got the whole world in my hands. Make me wish I'm not a man, so a fascinating fondle would always be close at hand. I'd overdose, then be morose when you were sore. I can't help but want more, it's in my genes, or is it your bra? Hip hip hurrah, for two shining stars, tastes better than a chocolate bar. Peel back the foil, melt my mouth. This song's not about going south when it's cold, just put on a north face and be bold. I intend no disrespect to bad taste, but I'm laid to waste. You are less sexual than sensual, and I don't think I'm unusual in this respect. I just don't want your breasts to feel neglect.
Word to Count, we love tits. Memories of memories, and I'm trying to get a grip. To share with the rest of us the beauty of your breastises. We're sitting here shooting from the hip. Word to Troop, we love tits. Memories of memories, I'm trying to get a grip. To share with the rest of us the beauty of your breastises, and we're sitting here shooting from the hip.
I suck the love close until my body's feeling nice. It's just so pleasant to have a handful of soft warmth. I strive to grope alive through hope that one day evolution may allow me to possess my own pair. Alone care makes my hair stand on end. I love it when shirts and chests blend until it seems like a second skin. The last reckoning will have me promoting toplessness, rocking this. Troop T styles, A through D cup, wow, always natural. The factuals is that silicones for clones. I want boobies with character so I can feel the moans. From 50s cones to 60s hangers, 70s slangers to 80s bangers. All the decades have treated my eyes nice, the high entice and I follow. A day of weaning is a day of sorrow, till tomorrow I feel and move hoping that my landing will be cushioned, cleavage pushing its way into my parameters. Troop T, Count C, measuring human mammometers.
Word to Count, we all love tits. Memories, memories, I'm trying to get a grip. To shoot with the rest of us the beauty of your breastises. We're sitting shooting from the hip. Word to Troop, we all love tits. Memories, memories, I'm trying to get a grip. To shoot with the rest of us the beauty of your breastises. We're sitting here shooting from the hip. Yeah, shit's it, so. Come on now, girlie, show us your pink bits. We all love bread. We all love bread. We love bread. Love the bread. Love the bread.
Yo, what's up, all you duck faces out there? It's a 24 karat gold
Lady General G love leaving messages for your skanky senors. Need to hear back so when we can finish up this crack, you know what I'm saying? Just want a little piece of something to crack, you know what I mean? Little something to nibble on. Little ribs or saltine action, you know what I'm saying? 24 karat gold, baby, that's how I'm living. Word to bird.
Now when it comes to rhyming on this beat, let's immediately analyze my options. Slow or sped up, I'm fed up with narrow-minded coughing. In other words, I don't like MCs barking or yelling. Yet on the other hand, slow and melodic's gotta be changed sometimes, I'm telling. But when I made up these flows, there wasn't any beat. So while there is an essence of unique, it shouldn't be overemphasized like the mind over the physique. There has to be balance, otherwise the importance of noise is lost when there's no silence. While I sometimes include curses, my lines are often 2 bars short of shit verses. And where my mind discursive goes, I often follow. Not that it's hollow, it's just that sometimes you have to be with your own sorrow. Loneliness, death, and suffering are real, while how your mind feels is unreal. Completely subjective, psychosomatic suffering is self-elected. Believe it or not, I'm starting to get some self-realization. Truth has begun the path with disciplined meditation. The path with disciplined meditation.
At present, all I've got to offer is fast car rhymes about copper choppers, meaning metal helicopters. Though, more realistically, less fictitiously, a cracked beat plus vocal disorientation. Enter the non-sophistication, the dwelling place of the unstable race. From start to finish, we might fade but never diminish. Dr. Dreaded, embedded, high-octane, non-leaded. Properly searching for our property, peace of mind, happiness, and stress-free prosperity. Beware of the downfall of trusting all forms of life. Even the formless types, formerly listed at a discounted price. Sold 2 for 1 once too often. I coffin faced with clouds of hate. Said I can't relate, yet still try and handle the weight. Too long last year, some debates. Needing rest stops, dealing with soggy mobs with the floors. Which won't take it no more. Man is forgotten, corroded and rotten, due to greed, caught up in speed and spied. Inside the corridor, searching for corners around which to hide. I reside with sketchy dispositions as opposed to conventional intuitions. Still, remain respectful of many wisdoms and many traditions, with many pools of knowledge yet to be fished in. Indecisions can be fatal like indecision, so decide to trust the horse you ride, or fall off and glide down the hill of lollipops, meaning suckers, scared of the sky-falling cluckers, who won't take chances or opposite stances from the moral majority, closed captioned insisting on seniority. Shooting from the hip without thinking is a sure sign of drinking or idiot syndrome. Call your cell phone to see where you lost it, and beat non-stop like leaky faucets. Fairer than the mirror on the wall, the rules of street fall. No harm, no foul, owls can see in 360 degrees, yet sometimes we don't notice anything further than our noses. See spread out like Moses instead of focusing on the task in the other's hand. In another land, Crackbeat is the center of the universe when rearranged. At present, considered more than slightly deranged. Riding on monsters unguided, arriving uninvited as the life of the party. Fashionably late, of course, cause we strayed off course to catch a glimpse of the Joneses, picking their noses and talking politics. All the tricks of the trade aren't custom made nor effective. Private stock, who cares if I'm respected?
Check it out. The Grand Groove. I write better crazy tips like Crayola. Go to Mexico, see my man Ansayola. Give me some tequila, some bullets and burritos. Fuck a shot while I'm drinking fucking hot like jalapenos. Your method and your game plan, you loops and soldiers, any dentures and a bedpan. Now solo, straight up or sapphic, I got you open to the ill pornographic. My penis has the properties of Mr. Fantastic. Never get the girl with the titties made of plastic. I made the old folks say Tokyo, and I'm on the girl in the boon home. I'm bad, but I don't say why. I fly like a birdie up high in the sky. I sound dope, although the bullshit I create is unorthodox, like a mic check 7-8. I demonstrate with the skills, Jim Dandy. A really cool comic book used to be commandy. Plan B calls for underhanded tactics. Sneak attack, set picks, check my didactics. Ramen make 'em beat the rewind, cannot shit with the. You don't quit unless you work at Mickey D's. Leave the mic overheating, but I'm cool like the breeze. Hanging out with crackheads. The Crackaholics. The Crackaholics. It's time to roll my sleeves up, fuck a few MCs up. It's time to roll my sleeves up, fuck a few MCs up. The Crackaholics. Time to roll my sleeves up, fuck a few MCs up. It's time to roll my sleeves up, the fuck a few MCs up. The Crackaholics.
I'll fuck MCs up! What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Ella? Seriously. No, seriously. I will fuck MCs up. It's time to roll your sleeves up, fuck a few MCs up. Time to roll your sleeves up and fuck a few MCs up. Crackaholics. Troop Trucifer. Private Stock, Captain Y, and our special guest,
the Cuban assassin.
Crackaholics. What licks?
Let me hear you say Let me hear you say Let me hear you say slap. Slap. Let me hear you slap. Slap. Yes, y'all. You don't stop, you slap on.
Holy crap. We gotta hear that shit.
That's what I'm saying, man. What?
It was the fucking dope shit, man.
This was a good take.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I don't think we even need to punch in anywhere. It was good all the way through. Nobody made a mistake.
Oh yeah. We crazy motherfucking night. You motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Word 'em up. You homeboys. Yeah, boy. Haha.